Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Sinazak and this is my YouTube channel. It is my prayer that this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine, as you can see. So guys, there is an interesting development that is going here in Trinidad with the case of Christmas list. There are a substantial ground that swells within the Trinidad and the government sections that are supporting Christmas list. To say the least, Prime Minister Dr. Keith defends Christmas list on countless number of videos that Christmas list did. The Prime Minister said such an interview should be an eye-opener, and such kind of an interview itself mirrors the countries on the bad side where the government doesn't want the public to know. He said the government itself should not be embarrassed with such kind of interview because that is the reality that is happening in the Trinidad. He claims such video would be of helpful to the government to bridge the gap and also for the police to act on security measures and strengthen so that where they had failed, so that all such kind of crimes are thwarted. Christmas list video could be used for educational purposes to urge the youth and the gang to cease fire. And Christmas list arrests and sedition charges itself, it is in bad faith and puts the country, that is Trinidad, in a bad and awkward situation itself. He went ahead and lamenting sadly that people and tourists are now avoiding Trinidad because of such arrest, claiming that sedition is an archaic law, that most people who have been charged with it elsewhere and in Trinidad have been acquitted and left. Therefore, Christmas list must also be acquitted on these parameters. Let's watch this video, then we get the gist and the background of the story, the story from the horse's mouth, and that is the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith.
And once people have an interest in it, and you are technologically able to supply that interest and feed that interest, this is the kind of thing that will happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't present us, it doesn't show our better side. But in our population, like in other populations, we have some people who are engaged in activity that won't make us proud and even threaten our own safety and security. That's what that is. The people who are doing that, they're not doing it because they want to help us or they like us. They're doing it because it works for them. Right? They get likes, and the more ridiculous, the more violent, the more shocking, better for them. So they come and do it here. We are an open society. We are an open society, open to nationals and open to foreigners who are friendly to Trinidad and Tobago, Canadians, United States. If it wasn't him, it would have been somebody else. Right? And if the question you want to ask is, how come he could find them and we can't find them, is that they make themselves available to him. They don't make themselves available to the police. That's the first thing. Secondly, they too need to be out there, especially if there are no consequences. And we, in establishing consequences, while being an open society, we are governed by the rule of law. And our laws here permit certain things. You have to step very carefully. Information is not evidence. In the absence of evidence, you can't arrest people. And if you do arrest them, they have rights that you have to respect and so on and so on. So these are all part of a wider web. And I don't think the country should be embarrassed or ashamed about it. I don't think we should try to fight anybody over it. What we should do is try and learn from it and learn of it and ensure that our security people find these miscreants, whoever they are, because they are threatening all of us.
Now, as I said, the UNC Senator David Nakid said Trinidad faced a threat from Christmas List, who was charged under the Sedition Act for allegedly publishing a seditious audio and video on his YouTube channel. Nakid believes that Christmas List will be acquitted because the Sedition Act targets intent to incite community conflict, which he said Christmas List did not do. And that's true, because the police could not put together the documents for the court to prosecute Christmas List because they are still trying to figure out how to charge him. I will speak more on that later on in the video. Now, David Nakid criticized Keith Rowley government hypocrisy and said that other foreign commentators have not been prosecuted. Nakid said Christmas List arrest damage Trinidad international image and pose a threat to democracy. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and make sure to subscribe to get all our latest videos. I reported on Christmas List hearing, however, some details were missing. This video will now go into further details. So after Christmas List went to court last week Thursday, Christmas List told the court he wants to leave Trinidad and Tobago. Christmas List pleads not guilty and is out on $100,000 bail, as we know. Now, the court delay is due to the state not receiving the documents from the charging officer, as I said early on. Now, the court was informed that the process should be completed by July 22nd. Now, for me, the delay in providing necessary documents for Christmas List case.
So that is the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith, categorically speaking and stating the government positions about this one. Maybe it's of a mixed reaction, and also was supported by the Senator David. So he said Trinidad and Tobago is an open society, that the gang members made themselves available for Christmas List for such kind of an interview. So police have failed. Police should stop victimizing Christmas List, rather take advantage of Christmas List video to thwart such crimes. You know, he went ahead again and said Christmas List is not the target, because the target here, Trinidad and Tobago, the country itself, has got several and myriad issues to tackle, not Christmas List. And he said the arrest and the charges of seditious itself on or against Christmas List puts the Trinidad and Tobago in a precarious situation. You know, it's not an important issue to hold Christmas List even at the moment, because the government has got a problems. The government has got a priority to deal with. That Christmas List issues is persona non grata, that should just be acquitted big time. He was also joined by the Senator David, and Senator David also opined that the treatment of Christmas List by the police itself would land the Trinidad and Tobago into a trouble, just because if Christmas List decided to sue the state, therefore it shall cost the Trinidad and Tobago millions of dollars, just because the Sedition Act looks at the intent malice of incitement, whereby Chris never did anything. The gang made themselves available and the interview was conducted. Are you there? Supported by the Prime Minister saying that the information is not an evidence. The information meant to treat certain kind of slack, certain kind of deficiencies. So in the midst of deficiencies of evidence, therefore the police should not effect an arrest. That simply means Christmas List is being put in comunicado. Christmas List is being arrested wrongfully. Are you there? And such kind of treatment is not good. And what am I seeing with this case? What I'm seeing this case is, this is acquittal itself. The police itself is being embarrassed. They don't know what to do going forward with this case. If you see the Prime Minister and the Senator has come forth to address the cabinet, the Prime Minister itself was addressing the cabinet. The Senator also jumped in and create an awareness to the cabinet that what this police is doing could risk the tourism sector. Because as we're speaking now, majority of people and tourists are now avoiding Trinidad and Tobago. Because this issue is also painting Trinidad in a bad picture. So these are the things that all along I've been saying over here. And these are the things that anytime when I speak of it, you find very many people are hurling insult at me. Very many people talking bad. Are you there? These are the truths that they don't want to hear. And even the media is playing a dirty game on Christmas list. Are you there? Another scenario, you could even see when Christmas list went on live yesterday. Christmas list started addressing the question that it was being asked. So in the process, some vile people started abusing Christmas list on live stream, sending some dirty messages. Then when Christmas list responded back, then you guys are saying that Christmas list was insulting and abusing the Trinidad government, which is hogwash. These are the people who are hurling insult at Christmas list. So you wanted Christmas list to keep quiet. You know, it is fire for fire. You treat me right, I treat you right, and fire begets fire. And Christmas list was justified on that notion. So the very important thing here, that these issues again, the case was supposed to end by July. So court halting and pushing this case up to August itself is in bad state. So I'm seeing a situation whereby this case is going to be brought earlier. If the High Court cannot deal with it, therefore, an attorney should consider taking this case to the privy of counsel. So the privy of counsel is always fair. The privy of counsel will give an acquittal on the basis that there is lack of evidence. The information given cannot serve as an evidence. Are you there? Putting files together for the police has been a myriad because there is no charge. So in the words of wisdom of the Senator David and the Prime Minister Dr. Keith, that Christmas list is not guilty. Trinidad and Tobago has got myriad of issues affecting their lives that they can deal with. The focus and the target shouldn't be Christmas list. Christmas list should be let go, and this is the freedom. So until next time, this is Senior Zach.